It's Kara from Creations by Kara, and today I'm going to show you guys how to bake homemade French bread that rivals the bread you can buy at any bakery. When I had my second son, a good friend brought our family a pot of soup and a loaf of this French bread, and after one bite, I was in heaven. I may have eaten half the loaf by myself. And of course I got the recipe from her, so I have been making it for our family for 2 decades, and it is always a hit. And it's really easy to make. So today I'm going to show you how. I'm using KitchenAid today, but any mixer will work. You want to add 2.5 cups of warm water to the bowl. You want it to be about 110 to 115 degrees. Then add your 2 tablespoons of instant yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a tablespoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of oil if you want. That one is optional. You can leave it out if you want authentic French bread. Then add 3 cups of flour and beat that all together until it's smooth. Then add an additional 3 cups of flour approximately. When you're making yeast bread, you just have to go by the way it feels. The amount of flour is never exact, so you just want to add flour gradually until you get a soft dough that's not sticky, and it will start to pull away from the sides of the bowl, and then you'll know it's done. So after you've got your bread dough finished and it's got enough flour in it, you're going to need to let it rise. Cover the bowl with some plastic wrap and let the dough rise until it's about doubled in size. It usually takes about an hour. After it's risen for about an hour, it's time to form the loaves. You want to sprinkle some flour on your countertop and then dump that dough out onto the floured surface. Knead it just a couple of times on the flour so that it's not too sticky. And then you're going to want to cut the dough in half with a sharp serrated knife. Take one of those halves of dough and roll it out into a rectangle that's about 13 inches long. I have this marble rolling pin that I love because it's so heavy that it does most of the work, and I will link to that in the description below. After your dough is rolled out to about 13 inches, you just want to roll it up tightly lengthwise, kind of like you would if you're making cinnamon rolls. Just there's no filling. Just roll it over as tightly as you can, and then when you get to the edge, pinch that together to make sure it's sealed really well. Then you want to take a cookie sheet that's been sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. Carefully transfer that loaf over to the prepared cookie sheet, tucking in the ends to make it smooth if you need to. Now repeat that process for the other half of your dough. You're going to want to let those loaves raise for about 30 minutes in a warm place. If your kitchen is cold, it might take a little bit longer. After your loaves are doubled in size, you want to brush the tops with a little bit of water and then make some diagonal slashes across the top just to make them nice and pretty. I think it works best to use a serrated knife. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and then you're going to want to bake those loaves for about 25 minutes to 35 minutes if you like a really dark crust. All right, the loaves are nice and golden brown. Time to take them out of the oven. You can put them onto a cooling rack. Now, if you want that traditional crispy crust, just leave them as they are. My family actually prefers them a little bit softer, so I like to brush the tops with a little bit of butter. Now, of course, bread is easier to slice after it's totally cool, but we can never wait that long. And honestly, if you can wait for a loaf of bread to cool completely before cutting into it, I don't even know if you're really a human. Just kidding. If you like this recipe, please give it a thumbs up.